Govinda, sing. Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Radhe.
Do you vote?
I vote all the time.
Why do you vote?
I vote because it is my privilege. It is actually an incredible privilege in the United States to be able to offer your opinion and have it counted. And so to not vote is actually to pre-select not to be counted. And I think so many people marginalize themselves in the United States where we choose not to get involved and then we complain about the fact that we are not heard. And so to be heard, you've got to get involved. Vote. It's the most passive way, in fact, to get involved. No one knows what you voted. You go into a sealed little area, you render your opinion, and then it's counted.
Does your practice have you shift how you look at issues? Do you think that yoga and your politics are linked?
I don't think you can separate them. In all honesty, I don't think you can separate them because the practice of yoga, for lack of a better word, it just jacks up your whole game because you can't lie to yourself anymore. It reveals so much. As one of my teachers said, the yoga pushes back. The yoga pushes back against all of the previous personal truths that you held about yourself, and it challenges old belief systems. It challenges elements of self-limitation. If it can do that at an individual level, it's working at a vibratory collective level. So it definitely impacts us as unique practitioners on the mat of how we're getting involved in our own practice. Are we practicing ethically? Like, do you really need to do that next chaturanga? Is headstand in your practice that day? And those are questions of ethics, you know. A pregnant woman doing poses on her belly, you know, just because she really wants to, or what are the ethics of that? What are the potential compromises of that? Being active in what is actually truly to serve the greater good in our bodies and in our practices as they evolve, and in the community and collective as a whole. That all comes to light on that mat.
How do you think? Well, in your experience of teaching, you've been teaching for a really, you have a career that spans. Have you worked with people who were heads of companies who have brought their practice into their decision making, and how do you see that maybe being mirrored if heads of countries and leaders of countries and in peace talks they brought in more intentional practices before they went into?
Holy crap, I have actually a personal experience of this. Sean Corn contacted me a number of years ago and asked me if I would put together the yoga for the Huffington Post Oasis at the Democratic National Convention. And of course I said yes, because it sounded super intriguing. But the old and the new guard there was in the press. The old and the new guard there of policymakers were there. People were making decisions actively on our behalf every day. And when you looked at their options at these types of collectives, when they come together to have big discussions, to make big decisions, their decisions for lunch are Caesar salad and a scotch, or they could seek out this kind of, challenging to find little oasis. We were on the third floor of a press building, and people would come in, and instead of having the scotch and the Caesar salad with chicken that they normally have for lunch, before they go make decisions on our behalf, they're coming in and they were having, little private mini yoga sessions, or getting massages, or drinking a green drink, something raw in their system, and leaving vibrant. And I saw people shift and thinking it was interesting, if not the wave of the way it's going to be. The day of the lone wolf is over. We can't party on our own anymore. We either learn how to work together, or we're not going to learn much at all.
If you were going to offer up a practice or a mantra before people went in to vote, what would that mantra be?
I am enough. Because if one person believes that he or she is enough to have their opinion even matter to them, then when they put it into the collective pot, then that's, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million people of enoughness. Whether they agree or disagree, that doesn't matter. But it's that they're rendering their enoughness that matters.
Rock on. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Radhe Radhe Go